Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from the Overflow room. And yes, the room is overflowing with Mendelssohn. We start out this clump with Naxos, Benjamin Frith, Piano Works Volume 4 of Mendelssohn. That is not Frith's Piano Works. He's a very good pianist, and this series is excellent. We begin with a sonata in G minor, opus 105, which is a fun piece. The Fantasia on the Last Rose of Summer, opus 15. Everyone did something on the Last Rose of Summer. God only knows why. It's from Flotow, right? Frederick von Flotow. Flotow's Martha. The opera thing, I think. That's where it's from, isn't it? And the last rose of summer. Something like that. Anyway, the Etude in F minor, the Capriccio in E major, opus 118, which is delicious. 2 piano pieces. It's just 2 piano pieces. I don't know. There's an Andante cantabile and a Presto agitato. The variations in B flat major, opus 83, and the Scherzo a Capriccio at F sharp minor. All of Mendelssohn's scherzo things, whether they're a capriccio or not, are delightful. You know, he was the master of that light elfin scherzo style, which fits so well in A Midsummer Night's Dream and kind of works with everything else, too. What do we got here? Piano Quartets 2 and 3. Oh, these are wonderful works. Unbelievably wonderful works. I just adore them. I think I might have talked about these already. I think I had a couple of these because they're such great pieces. No one plays them. I don't understand why no one plays them. I really don't. I mean, yes, okay, he was 3 inches old when he wrote them, or 3 seconds old, whatever it was. And I get my units mixed up sometimes, but boy, was he terrific. And they're fun to listen to. They really are. Then we've got, St. Paul. Actually, when I was working on my book on Mendelssohn, I came to like St. Paul. I did. Not a lot, but sort of. This is the German, it's in German. It's Paulless, and it's his sort of Bach passion oratorio type thing, because it's got chorales and things in it. And it's not a bad story, actually, and the music is beautiful. It really is. And we've got, Juliana Banza, Ingeborg Dans, Michael Schade, and Andreas Schmidt, a really first-class collection of soloists. It's on Hensler with the Gechinger Kantorei Stuttgart and the Prague Kammerchor and the Czech Philharmonic with Helmut Rilling conducting. It's really a very fine performance. But, it's not my thing. It's just not everything is your thing. It's just the way it works. Here we go. Mendelssohn Organ Sonatas with Kai Johansson. These are fantastic works. Beautiful performances on the Karus label. Absolutely wonderful. I mean, the organ sonatas are great pieces. And they're not long. It's like 10 minutes, 13 minutes, 14 minutes. The longest is 14 minutes. The 6th sonata in D minor, because it has this huge chorale prelude thing at the beginning. But the music is good. Really, really good. I mean, it's such a discovery. It's so much fun. So that's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And then we've got, what's this? Hervé. This is a strange disc. Yeah, of course it is. Why not? The CDs rarely contain chamber and choral music, but in the case of Felix Mendelssohn, the juxtaposition is justified, for which is the more Bach-inspired, the a cappella works, which breathe Bach in every note, or the piano trio number 2 with the chorale Herr Gott dich loben wir, which also mirrors Bach's cantata cantata number 130. So there you go. Here they are. You've got your a cappella choral works with the Flemish Radio Choir under Hervé Niquet, who's a quite known quantity, and the piano trio number 2 with Pekka Kuusisto, Peter Vispilve, and Alastair Beatson piano. What a wonderful group. I mean, it's really an interesting disc, actually. And it's on Evil Penguin Records Classic. Yes, Evil Penguin Records Classic, we all have lots of evil penguins floating around doing weird combinations of a cappella choral music and chamber works by Mendelssohn. So there you go. Then, this is a classic. The Songs Without Words with Daniel Barenboim on Deutsche Grammophon. A very, very fine set. Really one of Barenboim's best records, I think. I mean, they're really, really good. And you also get his Kinderstücke, Opus 72, and the Gondolied, the gondola song, an extra one, because a lot of the Songs Without Words have gondola songs. 2 Klavierstücken, and an Albumblatt, Opus 117. All these are so resonantly titled. That's why they're so well known, of course. But the Songs Without Words are famous. And these are lovely. Excellent performances. Mendelssohn Violin Concertos with Tianhua Yang violin, Romain Deschamps piano, the Sinfonia Finlandia Uvesculaire under Patrick Gallois on Naxos. These lovely performances. We get the famous violin concerto, the big one, and then the D minor, the earlier one, which is a little shorter, but lovely for violin and strings. And the Violin Sonata in F minor, all on one handy-dandy disc, extremely well played and recorded. So that's a nice thing to have. And we've got, Elijah, except auf Deutsch, Elias. It's Elias with Rus Zisak, Claudia Monkey, Christoph Gens, Ralph Lucas, the MDR Radio Choir and Symphony Orchestra under Jun Merkel on Naxos. I mean, I've got lots of Elijahs, in German and in English and in Swedish and in, Swahili, whatever language you put it in. I like Elijah. I always did. That was one of the pieces back when I was a kid. Yes, I was a kid at one point. In good old grammar school, in that fabulous textbook, Making Music Your Own, Elijah was like the textbook example of what an oratorio is supposed to be. And one of the things that they tried to convince us of, as successfully, was that it was actually quite dramatic because it begins with that amazing imprecation that Elijah, all these biblical people are all the same, that Elijah hurls out. You'll have 4,000 billion years of drought, you jerks. And then the overture. And then the overture leads up to the choir going, help! It was very exciting. And it still is. It really is. And the rest of it's actually rather fun. The contest between the Israelites and the followers of Baal, and there's all kinds of juicy stuff going on there. So that's fun. And then we've got Mendelssohn Works for Cello and Piano. This is a beautiful disc with Christian Poltera and Ronald Brautigam on Bis, the Variation Concertante in D major, and then the 2 sonatas, which are lovely works. Beautiful, beautiful work. Terribly underrated and not well known. The Romance sans parole and the Albumblatt, marked very tranquil. It's only 1 minute and 54 seconds long. So, lovely, lovely stuff. And finally, Stephen Uff with the City of Birmingham Symphony under Lawrence Foster doing all the stuff for piano and orchestra. It's just piano, not double things or whatever. The 2 piano concertos, the Capriccio Brillant in B minor, the Rondo Brillant in E flat major, and the Serenade and Allegro Giocoso. Very, very little known, but a major work, 12-minute single movement thing that nobody knows. This is lovely. This is part of the Romantic Piano Concerto series, number 17 out of 80-something now that they're up to, or whatever it is, on Hyperion. So that's terrific. And that is quite a hefty and musically rich clump of Mendelssohn. I'm sure you'll agree. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.